out with a wrist injury, and maybe she wanted a little rest before the U.S. Open. That was before the tournament started. Sharapova was upset by Mashona Washington in the second round. That was huge because Sharapova won Wimbledon. The Russians are in the semifinals, we said, and Lisa Raymond in her second. It's been a very nice Cinderella week for her as well. Now let me introduce you to Pam Shriver. Welcome again to you, Pam. That match last night was really something to watch. You know, there were so many nuances involved there. Eventually, Capriati going down.
Capriati was a defending champion here, but she kind of played an unhappy match, whereas Deshi had a pretty big smile, particularly afterwards when she had her first win over Capriati. What I find interesting about this semifinal day is none of the four players that we're going to see today have won a championship this year. That obviously will change in the next about 26 hours.
Dementieva has come pretty close.
She sure has. She's played a couple of huge finals, starting off in March down at the NASDAQ 100 in Miami when she took on Serena Williams, who was playing her first tournament in about 8 months. Dementieva had hit a good serve there and a great forehand, but the serve is something that we always look for. Serena won that match comfortably. A few months later, a different surface, the red clay of Roland Garros, taking on her countrywoman Messina, the first time of an all-Russian final. Dementieva did not handle the nerves of this big situation well. Messina did much better. The serve, again, let down Dementieva in a historic final. Dementieva now, a couple of months later, playing on the hard courts in California at J.P. Morgan Chase. Got to the semifinals. Once again, her opponent, Serena Williams. Dementieva moves well. She's got good touch. She can hurt you from the back of the court with a forehand or backhand. That forehand a little bit wild. And then a week later, the Acura Classic, she would have a quarterfinal win, again because of some big return of serves. And in the semifinals would face Lindsay Davenport. And we know Davenport hasn't lost a match on the hard courts all summer long. Dementieva goes out. She's just come back from Athens. She's having a semifinal appearance here. She started out the other day, her first game of the tournament, Cliff. What did we see?
But she has to be the favorite left, don't you think, of the four?
She is the favorite, just slightly, though. But remember, that serve was just outrageous the other day. We saw in her opening game, serve 4 straight double faults in the opening match. But she is the favorite today. We'll see how the serve holds up. Remember, she's playing the Russians, so you're going to be feeling a little bit of pressure.
Let's talk about the Russian thing, because Bovina is from Russia, and you would have to believe that Bovina, who really might not have lived up to expectations of a couple of years ago, nevertheless has got to be looking at all her friends are from Russia and saying, hey, if they can do it, so can I.
Well, 2 years ago, when Bovina got through to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open, it looked like she might be one of the leaders of the pack of Russians. She's taken a few steps backward the last 2 years. Now she seems a little more poised and ready to go. Bovina's 6'2". She doesn't move that well, but if her big ground strokes are working in her serve, then obviously she can dictate play. But again, Dementieva starts the favorite as long as that serve is at least reasonable.
Well, we've seen a lot of Dementieva so far this year, and you'll continue to see a lot of her because she is one of the top players, number 6 in the world, just by the way. Taken on to countrywoman Elena Bovina for a place in the final.
What kind of pen do you have in your pocket? If you're like this guy, it's a Pilot pen. He likes the way it writes. And if it's our Dr. Grip, it actually makes writing easier. The secret is in the grip. It's designed by a doctor to cut writer's cramp by 40%. So you'll see how well it writes, feel how comfortable it is. No wonder so many pockets carry a Dr. Grip pen. The Pilot Dr. Grip, now available with dynamic gel ink. Steffi, Venus, Martina, and Jennifer. Only the first names are necessary. They're the names that we're proud to have written about over and over here at the Pilot Pen during the last 6 years. Names that, when all is said and done, will go down among the greatest in women's tennis history. Writing their place in history is their job. Helping people to write about them is ours. On behalf of our employees around the world, we're happy to welcome you to this year's edition of Pilot Pen Tennis.
Endless power. You'll find it in James Blake and in his Citizen Echo Drive. Fueled by light, it never needs a battery. It's unstoppable. Just like the people who wear it. Citizen Echo Drive. Unstoppable.
In the all-new Saab 92X, the road seems a whole lot stickier. All-wheel drive handling, road blistering performance, and unlimited servings of G-force. The all-new, all-wheel drive Saab 92X. Welcome to the state of independence.
And endless power. You'll find it in James Blake and in his Citizen Echo Drive. Fueled by light, it never needs a battery. It's unstoppable. Just like the people who wear it. Citizen Echo Drive. Unstoppable.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Pilot Pen Tennis is brought to you by Pilot Pen. Simply right. And Michelob Ultra. Lose the carbs, not the taste.
This event, which is part of the U.S. Open Series, in fact, the last event before the Open begins on Monday, lasts for 2 weeks. Elena Bovina in the semifinal, taking on Elena Dementieva. Interesting matchup between two country women.
They have played against each other 4 previous times. Dementieva with an edge in that head-to-head. She's about 3 inches shorter, 22 years of age, a year older than her opponent. Her match record in 2004 is pretty impressive. In her hard court, she's won twice as many than she's lost. That's a career high, number 6 in the world, which is about 20 spots higher than Elena Bovina, who at 6'2", one of the tallest members on the WTA Tour, turned pro 5 years ago.
What's with this tall thing? This is just because you were like, what, 6'5" or something?
You can give me 4 extra inches I don't need. But no, the height can help. In the case of Bovina, I think that the only time it really hinders her is when she tries to scramble at the back of the court, changing directions, which is something that Dementieva can do pretty well. She can hit behind you, and here's a look at the head-to-heads. I mentioned it was advantage Dementieva 3-1, and the last time they played was earlier this year in Sydney in the second round. That's played on Rebound Days, the same surface as the Australian Open. Dementieva with a comfortable win there.
Are the Russians clones?
Are they clones? No, they play really differently. Sharapova has a great grass court game. Meskina.
It's very different.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, I'm trying to think, maybe their work ethic is similar and their hunger is similar. Neither one of these two has lost a set reaching the semifinal. Bovina had to start in the first round, whereas Dementieva got a bye and started in the second round.
Yeah, but hats off to Mashona Washington. She beat the Wimbledon champ, Maria Sharapova.
Certainly the upset of the week.
Using that height and reach.
The most uncomfortable part of this championship for Dementieva was the first 4 points that she played against Schall in the first round. 13 serves served down in the game, 5 net cords that did go in the court, but 8 faults for 4 straight double faults. The rest of the match routine, and yesterday was routine. I think she only served 3, maybe 4 double faults in the quarterfinals. And all 3 were in a game same game where she had game points. But when she serves them, she can serve them in bunches. It's a play that should be in everybody's playbook for the right-hander. Serve out wide, hit into the open court. If it's not your favorite play, if you're 6'2", it should be pretty close.
Ooh. Slider and game point Bovina.
I tell you, 104 when you serve it away from the radar screen, the radar gun. That's an impressive speed.
Quick hold for Bovina.
Just a fantastic first game on serve. Showed us a little bit of everything. Net play, strong serves, backhand down the line.
Davenport has clinched the U.S. Open Series. That means that she will get 50% more prize money that she earns at the U.S. Open. She has the same number of points as Amelie Mauresmo, but her record here with wins has been slightly better than Mauresmo's. It costs her to follow, and she'll stay there at number 3.
Yeah, was it Capriati had a chance if she won here?
If she won.
Yeah. Myhotsova is probably the least known of the Russians that we talk about about 10 of them.
Well, 5 in the top 10.
Yeah, which has been done before, but
By the U.S.
the Swedes had it in the men's side for a while, I think back in the 80s. Well, if she's going to equal her feat of the other night, 1 down, 3 to go. Just spin 1 in. Uh-oh. Okay, Cliffy.
2 points, 2 double faults. Don't look at me, Pam.
I'm not looking.
Watch the court.
All right, I'm looking at the court. She can't do it twice in a week, can she? Nope.
Pam, it's really painful to watch because it's obviously embarrassing to her, and she was out there this morning as with her coach, Olga Morozova, saying, at least we got one in. And she was practicing it for a long time, that serve, as you can imagine.
I talked to Olga yesterday after the match.
Pam, the most famous double faulter and double fault occasion, as you look again at this one, was Anna Kournikova at the Australian.
Served over 30 in a match, and to her credit, Kournikova's credit, won the match deep into the 3rd set. I think it was 31 double faults.
Nat!
Can you try to explain what goes through the mind of this yip serve?
Well, a touch of panic, wondering if the toss is going to be where you want it. And because the break a serve there, because the left arm is out of sync, the right arm also doesn't get into a rhythm. You mentioned the embarrassment. That certainly plays that the brain doesn't slow down. It kind of speeds up.
It's basically terror and panic, isn't it?
Yeah. There's nothing comfortable. I didn't have a bad toss in my career until about year 8, and then towards the end of my career, I didn't know where the toss was going. This is awfully early in one's career for the yips to sort of come into play, and you wonder if Dementieva will...
Is it something you can get over?
Well, that's what I say. I'm wondering if she ever can, because I think it's always in the background. It's always in the background of your thinking, what server will show up, because occasionally we do see her serve pretty well. Speaking of pretty well, that's the way Bovina has started this semifinal.
The mechanics of Dementieva's serve are fine when she gets the ball toss in the right spot.
And she has racket head speed.
Yes.
Like something Bovina doesn't have to worry about, racket head speed. It's only the 3rd point that Dementieva has won in the first 2.5 games.
I mean, I have sympathy for somebody who serves like that. And I think that the people who watch her also feel the same way. It's like, come on, Elena, you've got to be able to get it in.
You are 6th in the world.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The thing about the other day, when she double faulted 4 in a row, she got down 2-love like she is now, and then rolled off 7 straight games and lost 4 in the total match. So you talk about somebody's mental strength, the ability to overcome such a handicap. Well, Dementieva does that well.
She also told us after the match that she got really nervous in the beginning of the match.
Well, and since then, the last 2 matches, she's served 2nd. And I think if it's up to her, if she wins the toss, I think every single time she should receive serve, have a game under her belt before she serves. Just get some of the butterflies out. You'll see Bovina be able to hit some service winners, some aces, and get some free points. And the contrast with Dementieva's serving issues may be telling in this match if Bovina wins.
Chance here for Dementieva to get right back on serve at 30-40.
You see when Bovina serves and her shirt tail goes up from the skirt, she's got some tape on the back. Might be just precautionary. At 6'2", believe me, it's pretty easy to have a little bit of a stiff back occasionally.
Olga Morozova told me yesterday that her daughter was a college player in the USA for a while now. She's in the financial services business in London. She says she spends half her time in London. Olga also. She says, can you imagine a young Russian girl living in London, financial services?
Capitalist.
That's wide. And a game point here to Bovina as Dementieva glances over at that last call.
Such great sporting culture in Russia and in the former USSR that I actually think sports and even tennis played a role in late 80s in the capitalism and the change of systems. Olympics there in 1980 and professional tennis came to Russia in the late 80s. And remember Zvereva actually put her thumbs up or thumbs down to her system and took prize money before it was permissible. But the establishment let it go, and suddenly you had professional tennis players from the former Soviet Union. Zvereva played under the Belarus flag.
Tennis destroyed the Iron Curtain. This is a new concept. I'm going to give that some thought. 3 to Bovina against Dementieva. 3 miss on that one.
Everything may appear calm on camera, but look closer. Go behind the scenes of TV's premier sports program. This is SportsCenter. Then tomorrow, get an inside look at the production of the Virginia Tech USC football game. Behind the Scenes Weekend begins at 10 p.m. tonight on ESPN and continues at 7:30 tomorrow on ESPN2. Simulcast live with Virginia Tech USC on ESPN.
We believe people like to do business with someone they trust. Trust is an important part of Texas values. For over 80 years, people in North Texas have been trusting Huffines as their choice for a great price, award-winning service, and outstanding customer satisfaction. Many things have changed since 1924, but we have stuck to our heritage of earning your trust. Come to Huffines and see what a difference Texas values can make.
FX presents an all-new season of television's most provocative hit series. And now you could win a luxurious trip for two to beautiful Miami just by entering the Nip Tuck sweepstakes. You could also win 2 complete XM satellite radio packages for you and a friend. For prizes, rules, and entry info, log on to fxnetworks.com. Nip Tuck, all new episodes Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, only on FX.
Sponsored by Home Marketing Services. Tired of the rent race? Ready to own? HMS has everything under one roof. Call today for your free mortgage evaluation, 972-392-9595.
Good start here for Elena Bovina against her countrywoman, the number 2 seed, Dementieva, who played the final of the French and the final at the Miami Hardcourt tournament in the springtime. So this is a surprise, although to tell it like it is, Dementieva basically gave her the first serve. Game. Ron Shaw is the CEO of Pilot Pen. You know that if you've been watching our shows, because he does their commercials as well. He's a big tennis fan and supporter.
And his whole family plays tennis. Ron plays tennis. Still needs a little work on the backhand. You can certainly pick up some pointers this week. Again, most all the first serves are carved around the right side of the ball. It goes to a right-hander's forehand, and the second serves. And Bovina was just absolutely camping on the one out wide, as every opponent of Dementieva should do. I mean, you can almost give away the one up the tee on the deuce side and out wide on the ad side. And because of that pick, looking for it, Bovina dominated that rally from the first hit. Unusual, unforced error for Dementieva. Played the nice lob to get back to neutral in the point. That's what her game is built around. When the rally's in play, she comes out on top more times than not against most players. I'd certainly give her the edge against Bovina from the back of the court. Although not the way Bovina started. I mean, she's impressive on both sides for it.
And here's a break point for another chance for Bovina to break.
6 of 7 times Bovina's been to the net. She's won the points. Dementieva yet to venture forward. Yet to venture forward. My only Russian word.
Bovina gets another break. She's got the insurance at 4 games to love in the first set. You can keep up with the U.S. Open Series standings by logging on to usopenseries.com. Get the latest score standings, video highlights. We've been talking a lot about the U.S. Open Series, but in truth, it deserves all this attention we've been giving it, because our ratings are up in large part because of the advertising backup that the USTA has put towards this U.S. Open Series. So, hearty well done to those guys.
Yeah, great team effort. And a team effort to the players, too, because there were some great matchups during the U.S. Open Series.
Remember Silver Streak? I'm a big fan of Dean Marbles.
Yeah. He lives here in Connecticut, a little bit in L.A. sometimes, and still loves to play tennis. I played a Pro-Am match with him one time against Chevy Chase and Chris Everett.
He is one funny man. So is Chevy Chase.
Oh, the abdominals got to work out.
Pam, you were saying that there are not many that could stay with Dementieva from the baseline. I'm trying to, in my head, figure out. Obviously, Lindsay Davenport would be there with her and Sabina.
Yeah. Well, I probably overstated. It is one of the strengths of Dementieva. Hey, 6th in the world with that serve. She's got to be good just about every place else.
No, I don't think you overstayed. I'm wondering whether you understated, because there are some that will stay with her, but if you take the serve away from the other players, I'm not sure that she wouldn't be at least top 3.
Well, obviously she would be even better than number 6 if she had a solid serve, but in this match so far, Bovina is so solid from the back of the court. She serves better, she's moving well. I mean, she deserves this 4-love, now 2 points for 5-love. Oh. And we will see as this match progresses, can Bovina keep this high standard with the power shots?
She was given a good start with the first serve game of Dementieva and a couple of double faults. And she has capitalized well. The question is whether the same thing's going to happen in the second.
Yeah, unlike Shao the other night, who was given the first game and could not capitalize.
Game point for 5-love. Big serving and the big game and hard hitting from Elena Bovina, and she is way out front. First set.
Race that they're having their 25th anniversary, and I hope that they continue for many more years.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Shoot you right down. Over your feet.
Olympus brings you the incredible power of a 10x optical zoom. Get 10 times closer. Now that's a powerful zoom.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
The Ultra Zoom from Olympus. Designed to do more.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
There's a feeling in my heart that I can't explain. Is this love? The look in your eyes I just can't explain. Is this love? I lose myself fast to pain. So tomorrow, will you feel the same? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love?
Hey, Dad, when I'm 10, how old will you
52.
How old will you be when I'm 18?
She goes to college the same year you plan to retire. Are you ready for this? Now you can be. See your State Farm agent and plan your financial future with the company you trust. We live where you live.
Does Mom know how old you are?
Live coverage here of the Pilot Pen tennis semifinal, first of the day. This is Dementieva in real trouble against Bovina, love 5. First set.
You know, it's an interesting match so far. 10 winners for Bovina, only 2 for Dementieva, who's only made 4 unforced errors, Dementieva, and 2 of them were double faults. So this has really been all about Bovina dictating play on both ends of the court, both when she serves and receives.
There you go.
Yeah, she decided to come out and smack them. She has, and they've all, for the most part, except that last one, gone in.
Been to the net 9 times, winning 8. And again, she's just kind of ready for the forehand return.
Net!
Boy, it makes life easy if you pretty much know 95% of the time it's going to come to the forehand side. You can still miss them, but you're not missing them because you're fooled.
On the board finally, 5-1. Live on ESPN2 tonight at 7:30 p.m. You are invited to join us as we watch the second semifinal. And it's going to be a fun one. If you saw Jennifer Capriati going down to Natalie Deshi last night, I know you want to be back to see more of this French woman. She takes on Lisa Raymond, who in and of herself is really fun to watch.
Yeah, Raymond played great beating Hantakova. Both Deshi and Raymond playing great tennis, and they play fun all-court tennis. You can learn a lot by watching them play. Raymond's had a tough schedule. She's having to play 3 straight nights last match on because of doubles with the great Martina Navratilova. Combine that with a single semifinal berth. She's certainly playing enough this week. Came back from Athens just a few days before this tournament began. Received a wild card. At 15.
Net!
And Bovina suddenly has gotten a little bit tense, missing a few shots, something she didn't do in the first 5 games.
Juices up the game there. Bovina's got a lot of power. Takes a full swing. Doesn't leave much on the table at all. 15 all. Now look at that. High stroke, excellent mechanics.
See, and unlike Dementieva, Bovina can hit both corners of the service box. And when you can serve that wide one that well as the one up the tee on the deuce side, the returner is really frozen.
Set point for Bovina. Making it look pretty easy, Elena Bovina over the 2 seed here. Elena Dementieva, 6-1 per set.
G2 pen with smooth gel ink and 12 vibrant colors makes everything a masterpiece. Think in it.
What kind of pen do you have in your pocket? If you're like this guy, it's a pilot pen. He likes the way it writes. And if it's our Dr. Grip, it actually makes writing easier. The secret is in the grip. Now available with dynamic gel ink.
Skippy snack bar. Once you get the Skippy and you're spread it, then you in the jar. The very same Skippy that's what's in the bar. Skippy Snack Bar.
Over here. Hello. Performances. It even pounded on the truck he was in when he left the park last night.
Your turn.
Tonight at 7 on ESPN, Chris Lee and Kirk are back with the College Game Day Season Preview Special.
Watch USC, set your VCR and see how good this team is.
At 7:30, U.S. Open Series semifinal action from the Pilot Pen. At 9, Friday Night Fights. And at 10, go behind the scenes of Sports Center.
3, 2, 1.
It's all on ESPN and ESPN2 tonight.
First set to a Russian. That's no surprise. They're both Russians. Elena Bovina 6-1 against Dementieva. Set 2 about to start tomorrow night. Matt Leinert and the USC Trojans begin the defense of their national championship. They take on the Virginia Tech Hokie team that will be making its ACC debut, or debut as they say in Australia. Saturday, 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. You can get this on high def. Or the cable operator directly to your Dish Network and talk to them about it.
Yeah, the ACC has a totally new look this year. Football obviously starts it off. Basketball looked totally different. Miami's in there. Well, we'll see how relaxed Bovina can stay. She had just the tiniest of little stumbles with more unforced errors towards the end of that almost perfectly played first set. Important for Dementieva to have a good service game here. Ooh, that was a let-off.
It was.
That was for love 30.
Yeah, Bovina had a good look at the forehand there, and Dementieva was going pedaling backward. 15-all.
You know, I have a feeling Dementieva, when she was young, did not do much overhand throwing. I think all her sports maybe were down low, footwork. Because to me, she's too good of an athlete not to have a better natural action or some kind of an action that can stand up on the serve. I think so many times young girls don't kind of throw the ball enough. They do other things to develop their athletic skills. Whereas someone we're going to see tonight, for example, Lisa Raymond, probably threw a softball when she was 3 years old.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm just, the thing that confuses me about what you're saying, Pam, is that she can sometimes serve a perfect first serve, for example. Let's find one.
Well,
no, that's not. See, so that's what makes me think that the problem with her is the terror and the panic factor that we were talking about, and not so much any physical history.
yeah, no, I agree. I think an awful lot of it is mental, but I still think if she had a more natural, without a lot of thought, action, it would certainly help. First set started off with Bovina just taking charge of almost all the rallies. She served well from the beginning. Dementieva missed her first 5 serves of the match. Bovina didn't let up on Dementieva. It was 5-love in a hurry. The winners just kept coming off the racket of Bovina. She only lost 1 point when she ventured to the net, winning 9 of 10, and won the winners 12-2. Only 2 for Dementieva. And Bovina looked really good from start to finish. You can see the winners, 10 more winners. Unforced errors, Bovina just a couple of more, and 2 for 2 on break point opportunities. Great defense from Dementieva. It's a really good second serve that started off the point. And look at this approach shot. It's kind of that sidearm slice forehand from a desperate position that gets Bovina at 6'2". Did she get down for that at all?
Bone to Joey Giuliani, who was Bovina's coach for quite a while, and Joey's a really good friend of Patrick McEnroe's. Patrick's probably watching this. You know, he doesn't have much else to do, and so Joey just Bovina this, Bovina that. Just throw the guy down. Well, you did a good job before. 1540 as his former charge goes down break point.
Bovina now coached by Pep Plassen. See, that's what I mean. With the wide serve for Bovina on that deuce court works well. You complement it with the one she just served. She's kind of messing with some tape on the back because it's so humid today. She's got to peel it off. Yeah, now her hand's all wet. Oh, the ball kid's going to the wrong chair to get the towel. You certainly want the towel in your chair in this kind of weather. Ooh. Bovina wearing sweatlets. Remember you called them sweatlets somewhere, and I think Patrick gave you heck for it?
Yeah, he did, like you didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
You know what they were.
I'm old enough. Wristband.
Hey, never the old enough thing. You could have just said you knew it because you were
smart.
Right.
Bovina's wearing them on both wrists.
Great point. And she saves a couple. 1540 now to deuce.
As is Dementieva. You know, so many of the players, I think when it's this hot and humid, I'm sort of curious why they... Remember, Lendl used to wear them that went halfway up to his elbow.
Why not?
Exactly. A pocket full of sawdust to spread all over the court, so it would change from a hard court to a clay court almost. Dementieva hangs in there, doesn't she?
Yeah. Overhead went right into her body, but just had a little too much juice on it. Couldn't get set for it. Watch this.
Yeah, she mishit that. She could have done more with that one. It has a chance here. Desperate to try and get one more back. She was smiling the whole time, though. It's always good to see.
Talking about the sweat and the sweatlet. Pam, what has really changed in the last couple of generations is the overgrip on the rackets, which you can change, you know, in 30 seconds. So you could change it as a changeover. And that really allows you to grip the grip a lot better. There's the sweatlet and the grip.
Wow. Well, that ball came to rest right under the chair umpire's seat. There you go. That's not easy to do.
Game point Bovina. Remember, she was down 2 break points in this game. Bovina holds 1 apiece in the second.
Hits all 4 corners with the serve in that game alone. Big contrast in serving skills and serving confidence between these 2 Russians.
Those of you who have been alongside us for the U.S. Open Series, thank you. 9 cities, 10 tournaments, men and women. Television coverage consistently every weekend. Log on to usopenseries.com for more.
Okay, one of my goals in my comeback after 4 months of not working was to make one of the U.S. Open Series events. Just snuck in at the end while our compatriot Mary Jo Fernandez slides into maternity leave. Wish her well in Cleveland, and she awaits the big day. Kid number 2 on the way. Well, chance here. Big chance.
Capriati beat her at the French Championships in the 3rd round, Bovina.
Bovina has not been through to even a final this year. Hadn't been through to a semifinal for today's match. Bovina's just kind of twisting a little bit and bending down there. She took off that back patch. Again, I'm not sure whether it was preventative or if she has an injury, but now the way she's kind of bending, and might be something there.
So there's definitely something there, but she gets the break to serve, and that might help her back a little bit. She takes a 2-1 lead with the break. 6-2, I should say 6-1 in the first.
Like you're in the front row? Just add AOL for broadband on top of your basic high-speed internet connection and get a whole lot more from your online experience, like the Broadband Rocks live original concert series and sessions at AOL in-studio performances. So meet AOL for broadband and crank it up. Zoom, 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 zoom. Shoot you right down over your feet.
Olympus brings you the incredible power of a 10x optical zoom. Get 10 times closer. Now that's a powerful zoom.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
The Ultra Zoom from Olympus, designed to do more.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Nice swing.
Nice reflexes.
Tennis.
Every weekend. You?
Twice a week.
I can tell.
Get fit, have fun, make friends. Log on to tenniswelcomecenter.com and learn to play tennis fast.
Elena Bovina and Elena Dementieva in the semi-final match looking for a spot in the championship tomorrow here. Pilot Penn from campus of Yale University in New Haven. Two-one with the break. Bovina serving 1-9.
Yeah, the U.S. Open Series is bracketed by starting and ending at 2 of the world's great educational institutions. Stanford started this for the women, and Yale ends it. And Bovina's got a problem with her back, no doubt. I mean, she pulled up funny there as well. I'm surprised, since she's taken that patch off because of the sweat or whatever, but she hasn't gotten it retaped. Because that's about 4 straight points where she stretched it and maneuvered it.
I saw it earlier, Pam, and it's a problem. There's no doubt. Oof.
So it's been about a game where things... At first, the bandage fell off because of the sweat, so she took it off, and then started to do some stretching moves like that in the last game, and then on the change of ends, and then we've seen her in this service game try to stretch it out.
30. Obviously bad news for her. The other thing is that she is telegraphing to her opponent that things are not great.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do with an injury, a nick, but she might as well hold a sign up. My back is hurting. Hang in this match. Dementieva does that well anyway.
15-30.
Oh. She's still blasting away pretty well.
That's one way to get the points over quickly.
Another big first serve. Dementieva really lags in that category. She doesn't win that many of her first serve points. Only 5 of 14 in the match, where her opponent, Bovina, 22 of 28. Pilot Pen match summary is pretty much all about Bovina. A little question mark the last game or two because of her back. The numbers are impressive in the service category for Bovina. 4 aces, no double faults. That's mirrored on Dementieva's side. 15 winners to only 5 for Dementieva. In that category, the break of serve. 3 of 4 when presented with the opportunity, Bovina.
Fault on the first serve, and this is a really critical game for Dementieva. Down a break already.
Why did I miss that one? I'm gonna figure it out. She seems to have quieted down a bit with all the back stretching. Ooh.
Out 15-30.
I'm just looking at your notes here, Cliff, which I've enjoyed doing all week long. A little note about Dementieva that she does off-court training with her parents. And I tried to flash in my own situation to do off-court training with Sam and Margot, and I just can't get there. But it's...
Dad is an electrical engineer, and her mom's a teacher. Mom travels with her quite a bit.
Yep. A lot of the Russians travel with their moms.
That sails, and that was a big point for Dementieva, 30-all.
Was it ever? She covered the line, Bovina. I mean, a classic thing to do is when you hit the approach shot and you feel you've got the court locked up, cover the line. You can see right here with the volley, it's deep enough, but didn't have quite enough on it, but she should have made that volley. Got a little shaky with it, a little nervous. It would have earned her 2 break points to take a 2-break lead in the second set. That's a beauty.
Yep. Great defense from Dementieva, who took out Venus Williams in March in Miami, was bludgeoned by Serena in the final there, but she's been very close to winning a huge tournament, biggest after the slams in Miami.
Watch what the left hand does on this. Boy, does it pull around and get that racket face so that the ball will go back cross court. Yeah, you can tip your hat. That was a heck of a shot.
And point now.
I think it was Dementieva when she was walking behind the court there. She's near one of the microphones. You could hear the heavy panting of very physical play on the court. She's really on a string in a lot of these baseline rallies. Bovina wants to dominate.
Now look out. This is a break point for Bovina at 3-1. She has not lost her serve in the match. And a second serve coming.
Deshi last night did not drop serve against Capriati, kept waiting for it to happen. And a little bit the same thing here.
That's too tough. Bovina gets the second break. Little risky there on the second serve from Dementieva, and it didn't work as Bovina stayed in that point brilliantly. Who'd have believed it? 6-4, 4-1, 2 breaks.
Behind the scenes weekend. This is SportsCenter, tonight at 10 on ESPN. And college football behind the scenes, tomorrow at 7:30 on ESPN2. Simulcast live with Virginia Tech USC on ESPN.
What's up, bro?
Welcome to the party. It's the ESPN Game Plan College Football Pay-Per-View Package. Get access to more than 150 extra college football games this season. To order, call your local cable company, DirecTV, or Dish Network.
If you want to see a new hit movie like this, or this, or this, at a great deal like this, then call and ask for Comcast Digital Cable with Stars. Stars delivers hundreds of different movies each month. Movies you can only see on Stars. Plus, get hundreds of entertainment choices from Comcast Digital Cable. No contract, and your local channels available in high definition. Try getting that on satellite. Call now and ask for Stars.
Upgrade to Comcast Digital Cable and Stars for only $7.99 more a month until the end of the year. Call 1-877-COMCAST.
Thinking about HD service? Well, you have a choice. With DirecTV, you may need to buy an expensive receiver for each HD TV, a bigger dish, and to get all your local HD channels, you'll need an antenna. But with Comcast Digital Cable, we just replace your digital box, and all your HD programs will come in crystal clear. HD TV from Comcast Digital Cable. One call, one box, and you're all set. It's the easiest way to get the most from your HD TV. Call Comcast today.
Bovina is in front in this match, 2 breaks in the second set, having won the first set 6-1. So it has been all Bovina, number 27 in the world.
Wow.
And are you going to say it, Pam, that 27 in the world and the way she's played talks about the depth of women's tennis, right?
Yeah, no, I think it is. It's also a statement. I think Bovina has had a challenging couple of years that's seen her ranking drop. She was a career high number 16 just about 15 months ago. She has a much bigger upside You know, and perhaps because of her height and game, she may be one of these late developers. But it has been impressive today.
She's only 21. Talk about late developers. Mashona Washington, 28 years old, and she's had her best season ever.
That slice serve, you really have to move into it. Dementieva kind of let that slider play her instead of moving up to it. Sometimes with so much slice, it really is going so much away from you and not towards you at all.
What are Bovina's serving stats there, Pam?
Very impressive.
First serve percentage?
Oh, it's 80% in this set, 75 for the match. She's winning about 80% of her first serves.
Huge.
And the only trouble is her second serve. She's just 4 of 11. That's the only chance Dementieva has.
Yeah, but if you're getting 3 out of 4 in, you don't see enough of them.
It's a slight little chance, that's right. And especially when you dump a shot like that last one. I mean, for Dementieva, that was unusual. That was almost like a desperation play, or am I giving up in the match? And that drop shot landed halfway up the net. One of the most aggressive points for Dementieva in the match. Really slapped the ground strokes hard, came to net. It's kind of a sign that she's perhaps writing off the match, but still trying to make the play, and you just never know when you can suddenly find yourself back in a match, but she needs to compete to the end, which she usually does.
If she's given a chance, but Bovina is there for every swing. Relatively few unforced errors, and Bovina is just a couple of points away from a spot in the final here. This is her best effort all year by a long way.
She was just sitting on the forehand return, which started this rally, and Dementieva could never get back to neutral even. And the 2 seed, number 6 player in the world, and Elena Bovina is showing her countrywoman that she has got some game and some style and some power of her own. They've played 4 times, she's only never beaten her once. Match point for Bovina. Well, a restrained celebration from Elena Bovina, and she deserved more than that, Pam, because she really dominated this match with Dementieva. 6-1, 6-1. Showing a little respect to her countrywoman, but nice to see her recognize the crowd, and thumbs up there. Big smile yesterday when we talked to her after the Mashona Washington win. I mean, her smile took up the whole screen. Her first final in quite some time. Hadn't reached a semifinal before today, so we know that Bovina is in the finals of the Pilot Pen. She'll play the winner of Raymond and Deshi. A great all-court encounter played tonight.
About coverage coming away on ESPN2. at 7:30 p.m. We'll talk to Elena when we come back live here to the Pilot Pen in New Haven.
Cool means being yourself. Looking cool means putting it together in your own way. Shopping cool means starting at Marshall's. Your first stop for incredible prices, quality, and cool. From head to toe. The brands, the prices, the possibilities. Marshall's.
Is not having your high school diploma keeping you from making the money you want? With Professional Career Development Institute, you can earn your diploma at home, at your own pace, in your spare time. Earning your high school diploma is just one of the many career training opportunities PCDI offers. Look at these other exciting courses to choose from. Get your career diploma in medical transcription, paralegal, medical claims billing, accounting, child daycare, private investigator, interior decorating, medical dental office, electrician, pharmacy technician, or get your associate degree in paralegal, business management, computer information management, criminal justice, healthcare management, accounting, or get your high school diploma. Call to get free literature on the career of your choice, or visit our website at www.pcdi.com.
Call 1-800-554-9000 for free literature on the one course of your choice. That's 1-800-554-9000.
Elena Bovina over Elena Dementieva, who's the number 2 seed here and the number 6 player in the world. And look at that scoreline. It was easy. 6-1, 6-1. Let's take a look at the shot of the day.
Yeah, the Olympus shot of the day. We could have picked any number off the racket of Elena Bovina. Such an impressive performance. Here, Dementieva works her way to net, as does Bovina. There with a forehand volley winner to go up 4-1 in the second set. She already won the first set 6-1, and she joins us courtside. Elena, congratulations on a fantastic win. Your serving, particularly your first serve, was such a huge part of your win today.
Yeah, thank you. You know, it should be because I've been working on it lately a lot and was concentrating more on my serve because I think that's my main weapon, and it's going to help me out a lot in matches.
More than that, though, Elena, it seemed to us like you had decided that you were going to attack at the first chance because you did not want to get into baseline rallies. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last thing you want with Dementieva is stay on the baseline and rally with her. You know, she's a great athlete, and she can stay out there for 5 hours and run side to side, and you know, she can do it, but it's not, you know, what I was looking for. I don't think, you know, I can do it. I'm in that great shape, so I was, you know, concentrating more on attacking, and with each opportunity come into the net.
Well, something we looked at midway through the match is when you took off that back little taping job that you had, and then you were stretching. What's going on with the back?
Yeah, you know, something weird happened to me a few days ago when I was warming up with Marrero match, and actually at the warm-up, I felt something in my back, and actually for maybe 2 minutes I couldn't, you know, move at all. So I was like shocked. I was thinking, you know, to call the trainer, but then, you know, it worked out fine, and then after I saw the trainer, and I've been doing some treatment, but, you know, I think it's okay now.
Hope so.
Do you know who's in the other semifinal? Because yesterday you didn't want to know, you didn't have any idea, do you?
Yeah, I actually, you know, actually, yeah, I saw today, actually I didn't know who was there until this morning. I saw the schedule for today, and I saw the other semifinal, and you know, I was surprised actually because I knew Raymond was there, but I didn't know that she beat Capriati last night. Good job for her.
Elena, look, we've got obviously a big match tomorrow for you, no matter who it is, but should we start talking about you in terms of the U.S. Open?
Come
on.
I don't know. It's up to you, you know?
Well, you just beat somebody 1-on-1.
And you got to the quarters 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the Grand Slam is a little bit different than all these tournaments because, you know, it's a Grand Slam and obviously everybody wants to do their best there, so you never know what to expect there. But, you know, I'll just, you know, I'm going to go out there and have some fun because last year I lost the first round there and this year, you know, I don't want to do that. I want to, you know, play, enjoy myself.
Yeah, well, if you play like you played today, I think you should do just fine. Thanks. Well played.
I hope so.
Well played.
Great.
All right, we'll take a break from our live coverage of the Pilot Pen. New Haven, Connecticut. Elena Bovina in a huge surprise. 1-1. She's in the final.